That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I'm saying.
I did want
a new
to.
set of gear and then not use cron stones for it. Like cron stones, if you want to swipe, that could just be a PvE thing, whatever the fuck. But like, there's a lot of people out there in the MMO community, not just BDO, that want PvP, and they're PvPing in MMOs where it's accessible and good to get into.
Well, I think if you want to PvP at a higher end, that should fuel you to want to grind to get that gear to PvP.
I think that's fine. I think as long as they made the cap content in the game
more
universal across the board, then you know as a player coming into the game, maybe you need to get like 650 gear score or something, whatever. Very, very low barrier to entry. And then you could do all the cap content in the game other than uncapped. I feel like that would be fine, but it needs to all be the same gear set. It's like, I've reached a certain point, I unlock this gear set, and then I could use it in AOS, I could use it in tier 1 node wars, tier 2 node wars. Well, there would only be like tier 1s at that point. It would just be one cap, in my opinion. I don't like tier 1s and tier 2s. I'm not a fan of that, but I know that some people like it for like newer players or whatever. That's a whole other topic.
I don't even feel like it's good
I
for
just
newer
don't
players, to
think
be
there
honest.
should be more than one cap.
Let me ask this. A veteran player, okay, let's take like Charlie Choice, any like veteran player that like definitely knows their way around gear, right? If they make a new account, how fast are they going to be like fucking like pretty juiced? Like if you actually like put them to the challenge to a race, right?
A race maybe, but like I'm not gonna lie, like I don't even want to grind my EU account.
No, I get that, but I'm
that
saying,
shit
like,
sounds like hell. Like I'm done. I just want to be done.
For like you, vertical progression is incredibly easy because you know your way around things. It's super simple for you to get. Like, I mean, Choice didn't Choice do that back in the day? He had like a thing where he got like a fucking new account in like an incredibly amount of short time because he knew everything. When you give a new player has zero information, them just juggling fucking wiki guides and YouTube videos trying to figure it out. We're talking like realistically, guys, for a new player to get caught up to like our current like actual end game like uncapped environment, you know, with how far the race has been stretched out. Sure, they give out free gear, whatever. We're talking like on average is like over 5,000 hours. 6,000.
That sounds like a respectfully. That sounds like a video game.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. You queued up this game.
But I'm talking about catching up to this current point.
Yeah, but if you want a game like that, motherfucker,
it's going to be even stretch even further.
Yeah, but if you want a game like that, shouldn't you go play like League or something that's like one-dimensional and it's the same thing every time?
No, but
I get what you're saying, but then my question to you is, how would you solve it?
You're at the end, Charlie.
I don't really think there is a solution, like a proper one.
You're at the end, Charlie. So when new stuff comes out, it's not that much work for you to just get the new shit.
Which is the blissfulness of, which is me, what? Eating, what's the word?
You're eating
from the work that I put in before, though, right?
Right. How do you
they already have made gear.
Put in 20,000 hours like you?
Because they've made gear more accessible already. We have you spawn in with like 2 sovereigns.
But that means nothing to somebody that doesn't know what a sovereign is.
No, it's not even that bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's so much easier.
I started a new account because I conveniently disappeared my old one a couple years ago, and I started a new one. And I've only had it for like 3 weeks, I think, and I have like 700 gear score. I don't even play that much. I just do the weeklies. Like,
right.
You literally get like 30-ish bill from doing weeklies every week. Like, it's really solid.
This is my argument, though, is that we all have knowledge in the game. We know the value of a sovereign. We know the value of a 30 bill. We know the value of whatever. QZad's like, hey, I went from 750 to 835 in 2 months. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's one of the best PvPers we have in the game. Why would he not? A new player is going to come into the game like, what's a cronstone? What's a sovereign? And someone's like, oh, a sovereign is such a big dude. You have no idea how blessed you are to get a sovereign coming into the game. We had to go from fucking blue gear. They're not going to give a fuck.
But
it's still going to take them 10,000 plus hours to get to the point where we're at because of all the knowledge.
It's not like the knowledge is inaccessible, though. It's not like shit's gate kept. There's videos, there's people streaming, there's a bunch of communities.
I think if it takes a veteran like 6 months, I'm throwing an arbitrary number out there, but if it takes them 6 months to reach like soft cap, like 820 PvP and we're talking
it took QZad 2 months. It took QZad 2 months.
QZad is a fucking grinder.
Okay, so the 2 months
trying to get into MMO is not going to sit at home and grind their fucking heart out, know how to AFK fish and efficiently make all the money possible.
You also got to think about you got to think about the new person POV though. Those motherfuckers, this game's like drugs to them, bro. they're having like the most fun of all time.
At
Why would they
first.
not keep grinding?
At
Yeah,
first.
that's a new player drug. They're literally on that shit, man. So yes, they would pump however many hours. It might just sound like a lot of hours to you, but it's not really a lot to them, because when you play a new game, bro, you be spamming that shit for hundreds and thousands of hours. You be like having so much fun, motherfucker. It's like you're on you're in Candyland, hopscotching, skipping,
No, I get it.
chilling.
I get it. I just see I see a lot of new players coming in the chat. I see them for about a month, maybe 2 months, sometimes 3, and they're gone.
That's how every game is, though.
No,
it's
no.
worse. It's worse with video
Our
though.
game,
Video,
our
yeah,
game
yeah,
is
yeah.
bad for that,
Well,
because if our game's supposed to be a marathon, why are people not even like actually in the race?
No, but
all
Well,
we get, we recycle the same players that played 8+ years ago.
no,
That's
but
all
we
we
gotta be realistic on this shit, though, right? Be realistic in the sense of like, how many games do you pick up, play for 5 minutes, or like not even 100 hours, and then get off of it? Any
That's
new
easy,
game that comes, it doesn't matter. You said that's easy. That's what they're doing. So then
But
why is it detrimental to us that they're
Because
doing the same thing that they do with every game?
Because those games aren't meant to be marathons. Those games are seasonal games. So they give you enough content to where you literally could meet the end of game in less than a month. When you play BDO, our players that are quitting within a month are still at seasonal level. They can't even do Ovia. They're still at Ovia Academy and they're quitting. So what does that do for our uncapped in-game content, T2 Wars? What does that do for the content that's only really presented to us in our on our current?
Well, I think we're gonna have a niche no matter
If
what.
they can't
Like,
make it out of that, they weren't gonna make it to endgame anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I think
That's what-
motherfuckers be doing that shit no matter what happens, bro.
my only problem.
Some will, of course, but
I feel like I agree in the sense that like I don't mind having to
too. If you have to
grind.
spend 1/3 of your time as a new player on YouTube, that's not a great look with regards to the game. That's true. I literally got a bunch of new player in the WoW. I'm sure Red has as well for Final Fantasy, and they're all end game ready. We're heroic rating, getting into mythic rating. It's a bit.
Yeah, and you're gonna play that game for how long and then get off, and then wait for the next expansion.
I could play for a long time.
Well,
But you play on and off though, type shit is what I'm saying.
but like okay, like if I had to like take it to like how many new people like I've introduced to the game, to both the games I play. So let's say, but I think BDO is meant to be a niche game because like of course every person I've told to play Final Fantasy has played Final Fantasy, but that's also because like that's Final Fantasy. Like you play for like the story, you have some MMO stuff in there, and you have like plenty of other things to do. Even though there's a lot of systems I love in Final Fantasy, way more than I like in BDO. BDO's combat is the reason why I always come back. So like,
Yeah.
I think the thing is that I agree that the gear you should have to grind hours to get the gear. I don't think there's any way to like get around that. I think that BDO should just say, you know what? Yeah, it's hard to get into our game. Maybe we can make it a bit easier, possibly, and just take the niche crowd.
It's hardest to get into our game because you can't just join BDO with a pack of like 5 friends expecting to.
Oh
play
yeah,
together.
I tried.
Yes, you can.
I've tried doing that.
100% you can.
I-
No, 100% you can.
I think every group I brought to play this game, except for 2 people, I've like just quit the game.
I see so many friend groups that are brand new, never played
Okay,
BDO,
but-
immediately drop out.
What? Okay, but what are you
Compared to
saying?
every other game.
What are you comparing the game to? Because what is BDO at its core? BDO is one of those games that you can do whatever you want, and there's no really rush. The rush is what you make of it. So
That's
if
not
you
true.
feel like no, 100% is true. If you feel
No,
like
you can only do what they
hold
put
on.
you in the box.
Let me finish. If what you choose to rush for, right? Like if you think your big rush is let me go for endgame PvP, that's a goal that you set, right? Whereas if you want to, you can queue up the game at only life skill. If you want to, you can queue up the game at only Sit and Hidell and RP. If you want to, you can just queue up and fish all day. If you want to, you can go queue up and fucking grind the same spot for 50 hours. Look at what Grim does. That motherfucker sits on seasonal because he enjoys that and he grinds it a whole different way than other people do. Whereas the other games that you're talking about, like WoW and shit like that, have a one set direction of what you're supposed to do. You play the new expansion, and then you grind out that gear, and then your gear becomes null in a couple years.
No, I heard this.
Or a couple months, whatever that new expansion comes out. But the way BDO is set and designated to is like, for me, I've barely life skilled my entire play of BDO, and I've played I don't even know how many fucking hours. Way too many. But I will tell you right now, everything I have ever done in BDO, regardless of how much I might shit on this game, I've done what I've wanted to do all the time. If I don't feel like grinding, guess what I'm not going to do? Grind. If I don't feel like PvPing, guess what I'm not going to do? PvP. You're not forced or obligated to do anything in this game. It's a sandbox. Yeah, so you can't be like...
MMO would be you actually have freedom and its purpose to doing all content. New players aren't going to go run and go do a fucking 5-stack and go do Castle Ruins.
Because like
they can if they want to.
They can if they want to. But I feel like I disagree. I think for me, BDO, it feels like I have all these systems, but all these systems are a means to the end of PvP. Like yes, I could just do like PvE content the whole time, but like the amount of PvE stuff that they have, like if you're just a PvEer in this game, it's gonna be really easy, really fast for you to be like, okay, I'm just done playing this game. Because like I think the main point of the end game is the PvP, and that's why I play BDO. And I think a lot of people play BDO as PvP. But if I went to go play Final Fantasy, I don't have to interact with any race for the rest of my life. If I want to just life skill, sell things, and like big houses and stuff, I can do that. I feel like, because somebody said it earlier, like they say like FF is like a theme park MMO, and I agree with that. I think like that game is like, everything's super accessible for you to do. You go in, you do it for a little bit, and you can leave, and then come back, and then do it again, and leave. Like that, it's easier to access all that stuff. Where like BDO, I mean, I don't really mind that it's not super accessible. I just wish that the things that got me to the endpoint of PvP were a lot more enjoyable to do. That's my problem with it.
I agree that BDO is a sandbox MMO, but unfortunately with the current direction of the game, it's like a sandbox that's boxing you in a certain direction, in a way, in a path to do certain things and content. You don't actually have the freedom to go do everything because there's caps and this and that, and like this is a trio grind spot, this is a duo grind spot, this is a 5-party grind spot. Like, you don't really have the freedom to do anything and everything because there's a bunch of grind spots that are just dead. There's just no point of going to go do.
Dead in the regard of you, not like the regard of somebody that wants to go do it. That's what I'm saying.
But why would they want to go do it when all creators do is tell you that's a waste of time?
But
and all your friends do.
Because, dude, that is the direction and the way that you think of things rather than how people should do it.
I think people should do what they want, but that's all people do. That's all people do. They're like, hey, there's no point of going to Helms.
Bro. This game is freedom. You can go do whatever you want to do. Like yes, bro. If you want to min-max shit, people will definitely give you the right direction to do it. But that's because you have the same direction. But you're talking about it as if like BDO is like, oh, you should only do this. Oh, you only have to do this. Oh, you should only grind Zephyros. You grinding Zephyros is what you want to do. Yeah, no, QZ's true. QZ's spin. I've been doing normal Olins. Why? Because I want this fucking ring piece. Do I need this dog shit? No. But yes, sure, you could be like, oh yeah, that's
but like that's kind of yeah, exactly.
No, you can say, oh yeah, because that's because you're a gear capped or something like that. But dude,
you're also
hold
not there
on.
For money, you're there for just a treasure item.
Yes, hold on. But you can also say it's because I'm gear capped. But back in the day, I was also one of the only motherfuckers ever to grind Sono Camp before they gutted my favorite grind spot. When it was making no money compared to Double Rudums, when it was making no money compared to Primo Giants, when it was making no money compared to Quint, I was grinding Sonocamp for fun, purely for fun, or Hex Sanctuary, whatever was Omega Broken at the time. Yeah. I was grinding Sonocamp and making way less money than everybody else, but that's because I wanted to have fun. And when I have fun, I grind more. That's my objective of the game.
So how do we go from okay, it's normal to watch YouTube videos and all these guides and shit like that to get into video games.
Well, I think he's saying
definitely requires it, but every single YouTube guide tells you.
No, I think he's saying that like you can do things. No, but I think he's saying though like you can do. This is like I agree with him. Like
if the only information they can get to know what to do right is to do it the most efficient min-max way, that like.
Well, no, but but he's saying that's a prerogative. So like, let's say like me, I to be fair, to get like to the gear score I'm at. All I did was farm Gyfin uppies. That spot you need 5 people. I used to go out in the open world, go find 5 people, say, hey, I want to grind this spot. I have no idea who these people are. I just wanted to do it because it was fun. So like fun is subjective. Yeah, I agree. So like what season is like, you could do anything in this game and get to the in-game PvP point.
It'll just take you longer.
It just takes you longer. Yeah,
it's completely up to you.
Yeah. It's up to you.
So if it already takes 5,000 plus hours. If it already takes someone like 2,000 hours that knows exactly what they're doing to make a new account and to get to a certain point, doing everything min-maxy, it's going to take someone 30,000 hours, doesn't know anything about the game, still grinding helms and they know nothing about any other.
The motherfucker that's doing that 30,000 hours where the fuck, bro, they ain't worried about that shit.
That's saying they don't care about how long it's gonna take. They're just doing what's fun.
If you're not min-maxing, motherfucker, you don't care how long it's gonna take.
Yeah.
All you care is about having fun.
Yeah.
Enjoyment. Like you're playing a video game. That's what I think motherfuckers get too swallowed with oh, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. But that's the blissfulness of BDO. I'm a D1 BDO glazer. No matter how many stupid updates, this stupid fucking dog shit, piece of shit, trash can.
I mean, I agree. The freedom is great.
Yeah,
it's great.
baby.
If the spots that if the destination that you were arriving at for your journey was better, I think the way that BDO is set up right now is great. Like the PvE is better than ever. The freedom is better than ever. What do you say?
The purpose is your set is again subjective. Your purpose is subjective. It depends on what you want to do. If you feel like you want to do end game, right? Then like motherfucker, you should. It's like you should lock in. If you feel like that is your whole goal, you should lock the fuck in, and then you should go grind, and that should be your purpose of grinding. That is what fueled me to get gear, regardless of who swiped.
I think what you're saying has a lot of merit, but how do we get fresh blood into the PvP scene if they have to grind literally thousands of hours to achieve it?
I mean, you just start lowering. Well, you start lowering pities and allow people to actually get gear instead of having fucking fallen gods cost 400 bill when you can just buy it for 200.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, look at why like Throwing Liberty's like PvP scene was so fucking huge and kind of blew up. It wasn't hard to get into PvP, so it had a way easier accessible margin for players that wanted to fight.
I just wish that
fight in our game for a long ass time.
Exponential power scaling was different. I just wish it would it slowed down exponentially a lot as you get to the end. And the difference between like an 850 and like an 800 gear score player. I know right now the AP is not that different, but like once you start getting those tanky stats and so on and so forth,
it feels impossible.
You're feeling a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
And I think if we just made it so it's like 10%, 15%, 20% within those like echelons near the end, then somebody at 78, 780 can compete versus an 850 player if you're good enough. And that's how the game used to be. Back when Stars End and Crio were the best grind spots in the game, I was 650 gear score versus 700 gear score Cho Nation players 1v5ing them because I was better than them. That's just how it is. And that is not real anymore. It's not real. You can't do that.
Yep.
So
knowledge is all the power in the world in our game, and the way our stats are right now is just.
Well, I'm glad that's the case, though.
Rewarded for anything.
I'm glad that's the case. I don't think I mind there being a knowledge gap. My biggest problem is that like I know I have to lock in to get to like uncapped or where I want to get. The problem is the things I have to do is just fucking, like I said, tower spot. It's like, fuck, bro, I really wish I had something else to do and not, because once I start falling asleep while playing a video game, I'm just like, bro, why am I even playing this? It feels like a chore. And when it starts feeling like a chore, I'm like, there's 50 other games I can play.
I also feel like
outside the chore.
I also feel like this is always like such a hard and sensitive topic because I'll be honest, like all of the people that have Giga Gear are like I think the viewpoints are biased, like incredibly biased. Like everyone that has Giga.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've had the same viewpoint for years.
Yeah,
like, I don't think my viewpoint's
I don't think they're
changed.
biased. I just think it's like two different stances, and also like you could kind of flip that coin on its head and say like you're biased because you don't have gear, right? Like we could do this all day, but I really think at the end of the day, some people just value something that they can continuously invest themselves into that will always have its value and doesn't get reset. And some people don't want to have to go through that entire treadmill. They'd rather go on a smaller arc and then be able to use the stuff that they did in that shorter period of time. I just think it's a difference in perspective and difference of like preference, but like I do think that like since this game has been sold as the sandbox PvP MMORPG, you should have the freedom of choice, and then ultimately those choices should lead you towards PvP at the end. It's just the options for PvP right now are really shit. So it's just unfortunate.
Well, I understand like the bias aspect, but like I went from being like a baby having nothing and having the fuel for like the motivation and getting bullied by everybody. So like I had gear. I was doing uncapped wars and it felt pretty fine. Like I was able to actually participate and do things. And then I guess where more of my heart comes from is that I see so many new players just not sticking to our game, and it hurts. It hurts our.
I see what you're thinking.
Our game is hurting.
You're thinking from a new player
really
perspective.
bad from it, but I know
They just
got to
make cap better, bro. They just got to make cap better.
I know what it's like to be a new player. I know it got me hooked. But my thing is lucky though. Like I got lucky. I got lucky to meet the people that I did, to get into the guilds that I did, to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was able to just get involved. A lot of new players don't just like get kind of like put under a wing and get kind of like propelled forward through like content and to do things. You know, I'm thinking from the players that like just they look at BDO with their friends. They're like, hey, I want to get into BDO. Looks beautiful, looks fun, and they don't latch onto the game. So our future looks like a little bit more dire. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all it is. Because as our current player base gets older in the next 10 years, it's like, are we gonna still have a really Are we gonna have the next generation?
If I'm still playing BDO in 10 years, somebody needs to take me out back. That's all.
In game. But again, I think we're gonna spin back. I think we're gonna spin back to the same thing though. I feel like games just come and go, motherfucker. Our attention spans are so low nowadays. Which is just a whole another underlying problem, but that's just how games are, bro.
We need reform.
So you're gonna fuck with the game and play it. You gotta look at you look at Steam charts, bro. Are people be like Fisher this, Fisher that, bro? Who cares? Okay, there's a reason motherfuckers are fishing if they're fishing. But there's a reason motherfuckers are fishing if they fishing, bro. They're taking a break from the game, but they still want to progress a little bit, which is fine. Okay, but fishing is just not as abrasive or insane as people think it is, but people coming and going from the game is very normal, and it's been happening for years, even when PvP is at its peak. You know, it does not matter. Whatever state of the game we're in, motherfuckers coming and going, it will always be a thing.
I will tell you right now, like I know multiple players that have not played the game in months, if not a year, but they
let them take a break,
which is fine. I think, yeah, if you have a little place in your heart and a game offers you an opportunity to make a little bit of progression, just in case there's that 1% of hope for that game to come back, that still is not necessarily, I guess, good for our game. It would be good if an actual baby boom happened, like that reset I was talking about, or something fucking crazy happened. Yeah, we would have a bunch, all those players that, their fucking commitment to leaving their fucking task manager open and, their little game tabbed is finally paid off.
What do you call what's happening now then?
What's happening right now?
With like Shroud and them playing. What do you think? What do you call that?
Oh.
They're gonna play for a week or two.
Okay, yes, let me tell you something.
I think that would be considered a baby boom.
Yes, I love Shroud. Great content, but like him, Cannon, and a couple other creators, they move around because it's like, okay, Crimson Desert's hot right now. What's connected to Crimson Desert? BDO. Cool. I'm gonna go play a little bit. It's gonna be a little baby boom, and then they're gonna move on. But they'll never come back again.
It wasn't even incentivized by the game itself, which kind of sucks.
That doesn't do anything for our game.
Yes, it does.
It was incentivized by a game on the outside.
It's a publicity, bro. The thing is, regardless of how you look at it, it's publicity. Regardless of what your feeling is towards any of these motherfuckers coming into the game, them watching people play the game, right? Regardless of what happens, people watching Shroud play the game, they're like, you know what, maybe I'll go try it out. And then Shroud hops off it, but you never know. 1 to 2 motherfuckers might fuck with it.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Maybe, but I mean, I'll tell you right now, Shroud's biggest meme is the fact that he loves to swipe in games and he loves to pay to win. And he opened that Pearl shop and it's all over the place. It's all
pay to winning in this game is too expensive though.
There's a lot, way too expensive. But there's a lot of people that look or hear pay to win and immediately they're not even gonna put an ounce.
I think they give us like enough free stuff for people to. I don't know. Maybe I don't think how the game is like the big problem. Like I think you get enough gear to start off where you could do things and to progress. I don't know. I think my thing is like the ways to progress are like the boring part.
Himself to $2,000 a day only.
The ruler of me.
Hey, me personally, I would do $2 million a day.
There's definitely publicity, but it's also like when that's a very intoxicating thing in our environment of the whole pay to win aspect. It doesn't necessarily do amazing things for our game either. If someone was promoting our game and we didn't have that, and then it'd be like, oh wow, so there's no pay to win in this game. Oh, that sounds fucking awesome. I'd love to get involved. But when people are sitting there watching Shroud immediately skip thousands of hours of gameplay because he's rich, they're not going to be motivated to go play the game.
I would say this is gonna be a hot take. I don't think those people care. I think that
I don't think they care.
Because like, bro, I've seen so many games where they're like, "Oh, this game is non-pay to win," and like I would play it. People will play it and they'll play it for a little bit and then they'll drop the fucking game because they feel like the content's not engaging enough. I see so many games that are just free, no pay to win, good to go. People play it, they play it for like a week or two, and then they just drop it off because it's not engaging.
Monetization's in every game, bro.
Yeah, but people definitely care about pay to win.
Motherfuckers care.
I think they care.
It is like
they
the
think they
biggest
care.
controversy is pay to win.
I think they think they care. I think they think they care. I don't think they really care that much.
Yeah, don't get it construed. Motherfuckers that bitch about pay to win are either mad they can't pay to win themselves or they just love bitching. There's no in between. That's low key. There's no in between, bro. Because even if you don't pay to win in this game, you could still get to where you're at. It's not like the gear's in. It's unreachable. It's just the vast majority of people that complain that they can't pay to win or that pay to win's too accessible is they're not even putting the time in that a free to play player would put in.
I don't give a fuck about the pay to win or not because it doesn't affect me and what I do. But I'm saying in terms of monetization, in terms of actually bringing in players, if you eliminate pay to win, you get a large amount of player base coming in because there's a large amount of people. You might say
I think they'll complain about time. But I think those players are going to complain about the time.
Here, pay to win, we already knocked off like a large percentage of people that don't want to play a game that has heavy pay to win.
Bro, people play Genshin Impact, brother.
But you're pay to winning to get shit on by 60 art crystals. So what are you pay to winning for? Microphone?
I mean, I'm not saying that the pay to win is anything that affects me or maybe you guys. But I know
saying
for
from
sure.
optics is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying from optics. Like if a new game dropped out, new MMO just came out, right? And then all the advertisements going out, whatever, all the monetization, the publicity, and then it's like, oh my god, that game is super pay to win. Are you gonna be like super stoked?
Well, like this is the thing though.
Probably not.
The reason I say I don't think people care because like what happens, like let's say something like a game's like, oh, when I was gonna play this, I didn't play this game. I think for like a month when it came out, I didn't play it for like a little bit because we were like, hey, it's pay to win. It's not. I didn't care. I thought I cared because when I played BDO, I'm like, oh, I can get the things that they get. They're paying an absurd amount of money to get where I'm at if I just put in the time. I think if the game is fun and engaging enough, people won't care about it.
That's subjective again, though. This is subjective bait. That's a subjective take.
I mean,
so it's not the same.
I can tell you straight up. There's been games before that I hear that it's pay to win, and I automatically just don't go for it.
But again,
even if I was hyped. It is subjective.
I think if the game looks fun, people will play it no matter what. If the game is fun, people will play it.
But the thing is people won't know that because they hear pay to win that it's a turnoff, immediate turnoff. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We lose that percentage of potential players.
Yeah, that's the same. You're saying optically it looks bad. I mean, I'm not saying wrong.
Know, Charlie knows pay to win's expensive. It's not worth it, right?
It's convenient. I think Chad's right. It's a convenience thing.
And most of us in the BDO category know that it's convenience and we know that it's this. We know but new players, they just hear pay to win. They don't give a fuck about the details. They just hate it, and then we lose a large.
But those guys weren't gonna play anyways, bro. They just want to hate, man. That's just the truth, Nick. That's just true.
I feel like if somebody looks at the game's gameplay loops and they hear like, oh, it's pay to win, but like this, that, blah, 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 and it looks cool enough for them, they're gonna hop on the game anyways.
That's what I think,
if at a certain point they're like, oh, the pay to win really is that big of a deal. Like in some games that I've played, like Ion 2 as an example, insane fucking pay to win slop. Like you get to a point where you literally cannot compete at all because these players just are like progressing at such a disgusting rate. I don't think BDO is like that at all. You put a couple months in, you might still be losing to a couple like very geared players, but like you can like hold your own versus like a large portion of the population. And it's not going to be like awful.
What pay to win is beating you in capped content though? If you actually wanted a PvP,
that's what I was talking about earlier. Like capped just needs to be better as a concept as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if we get into the details, us as BDO players that know BDO can obviously do a breakdown, be like, okay, how does pay to win affect you in this? How does pay to win affect you in that? What blah blah blah. But like, it's just like we talked about the publicity of like Shroud coming in and blah 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 blah. It's just like there's gonna be these bad messages.
Yeah, you're talking about optics.
And sure, we might get people that try our game.
You can do that in literally every MMO. I'm not even kidding, bro. There's not a single
you
MMO
can.
No,
you can't pay
but
to win.
I think Eddie's saying though the optically looking at it, like even like myself, when I heard it was pay to win, I didn't play the game like at all. I'm like, I'm not playing that game because I'm not about to shell out money for it. But then like you said, like me, I started looking at like I think I tried to quit it, and I think I saw a friend playing Mewa, and I came back literally just to play Maywa, and then I just fell in love with the game. I'm like, oh wait, pay to win is not as bad as people like say it is. So like, I think Yeti's talking about the optics, which it does hold weight. That he's like, they hear pay to win, they instantly throw it away. They throw it away.
But I genuinely think every single MMORPG
yeah, I was gonna say, what? Name one.
Like,
but
they all can, and whether or not you say it's like part of the game or not, like games that don't have pay to win in it in MMOs, they have heavy carry communities where like you could just pay some guy to boost you all the time, and a lot of the times it's not regulated by the company. And WoW buying gold and buying carries in WoW is like a super prevalent thing.
Yeah,
yes.
people love being boosted in games for sure.
Well,
yes.
If you want an MMO without pay to win, FF.
FF is like the closest one to that,
Yeah.
but like at the end of the day, bro, like you got one option. It's like,
okay,
I don't
but
know.
like if we're talking about from an outside POV, I heard Final Fantasy and I think that motherfucker ERPing. So what's your take on that, pal?
ERP.
I mean, how relevant is that?
I mean, I'm just saying, you're not wrong. But I've been in Balmung before, so yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I can't argue facts.
Why the hell were you in Belmont? Anyway.
I was buying
VR
some
chat,
shit,
bro.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd be like, that motherfucker must be in VR chat, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, Cheezel, shut up, bro. Shut up, Cheezel.
To be on topic, I want positive things for our game. I want that, like, sure, if Shroud's coming in and all these big creators are coming in because they're gonna try it again because of the Crimson Desert hype or whatever. It's the little blip in time that Charlie said. Like, sure, I want there to be a lot of good. I want there to be a lot of good. Unfortunately, I just know that people that have no knowledge, or people watching Shroud that will be a little confused in the game, like, sure, they might want to try to go on a little bit of journey too, but we're just really bad at keeping players. Like,
so is every game though. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Every game is bad with that. Bro.
Our game is a
every game's
marathon.
bad.
You could, okay, but like the other games that like aren't like quote unquote great at keeping players, they're seasonal games, so you can get in experience.
Well, I mean, you can think of BDO's technically a seasonal. You could treat it as a seasonal type of game.
Come back with a hot ball.
Like a seasonal game.
Yeah, you can come back on a hot ball, or when the ball comes down and come play for a little bit and then get off. That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I think.
Right, but what does that do? What does that do for our in-game content?
I think that's
the in-game content again. That's only you, bro. It's a sandbox.
Okay, so then how? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, like, how do I cater to the community's needs that are like, man, we want more guilds to participate in Uncapped. We want Uncapped to feel good. We want more things to do with our Uncapped gear. The player base and the PvP scene is dead. What I'm talking about is, how do we get new players to want to get to the point to where that is now populated? That's what I'm saying is the problem. If we're just completely okay with people coming in, playing for a couple weeks and leaving, how are they ever going to populate our end game?
In a perfect world where you're getting the same thing that you just asked for, you're getting what you asked for, right? And people would still come in and leave.
Yeah, I think we have to be okay with it.
With every game. Incentivize the end game content well enough and it looks fun enough, you'll have players playing it.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I think that, sure, if people could come in, and sure, if they only stay for 3 weeks, but for those 3 weeks we have fucking 12 guilds in an uncapped node war, you know, trying to go out there and fucking do some shit,
then the game would only be fun for 3 weeks.
I mean, no, I mean, I see what
that was the case.
I know what Yeti's saying. I do think I get Yeti's thinking about having like an upward trek. I'm
thinking about like the future.
Yeah, like the upward trek.
How do we get new players to get to our current future?
I see what you're
saying. Like, PvP is dead. PvP is dead. It's like, sure, there may be problems like caps, and there may be problems like DR crystals, but you fix all those problems, you're just gonna bring people back to the game.
That's what I think, though.
New players.
I think they're just saying, though, is that like, even if I think what they're saying, though, is that even if we don't get like a ton of new players like every time something happens, as long as we have like a strong, like tight knit like community, like, yes, those players coming back are probably coming back because they love the game and they saw something get fixed and they're coming back, or their class got buffed or somebody got nerfed and they come back now because okay, my problem's fixed. Like, I think you're talking about expanding and trying to see an upward growth, while they're like, yeah, they don't mind seeing a small upward growth as long as the core of the game is kept the same.
The core is not going anywhere. We're
Yeah,
too
we could
addicted. Bro.
permanently we could
don't
permanently
know.
keep T1 node wards full and fun, but like anything past that, it's like we don't keep bringing in new players and making them want to stay.
Look at EU
And-
though. What about EU? EU's
Me?
packed. EU's
Or
packed.
EU.
EU is packed. Like packed.
Yeah, I was a little jealous of EU. I'm not gonna lie, because like I see like what they got going on, bro. They got like even I was
I
on
agree,
stream the other
Lactate.
day, like running around open world, just looking for people to kind of like spar with, and I'm just on. I even went to crowded servers, Arsha, like I'm running around and all the hotspots, and I saw I think a total of 4 people in total at running around the entire
Well,
map.
I
and
do think
and
realistically, I
there's a lot
do
of
think there's
EU
too many
viewers, and they were
servers.
like, dude, there would have been fucking.
Yes, I think we
there
need
would've
to cut
been
the
Well, they need
servers.
to
Tons of
reduce
people.
servers. for
Specifically
sure.
NA. Specifically NA, I think there's too many
Holy.
servers.
They need to cut
Way
the server.
too many servers.
Yeah, cut it like
For
a
how
half.
big of our game is.
I think
So
half.
that alone might force people
No,
to
it's
PvP,
bad.
but
No, it's bad.
Okay, well, okay, I do have a genuine question.
Mm.
Do you guys think if they happen to add, like, if you war and you are like you war or whatever, and then you're labeled like a GVG guild or war PvP guild or whatever the fuck, and you could be decked as if like the deck system is back, do you think people would start GVGing again just based off the fact that they feel like they're obligated to, like they were before, to defend their guildies? Or do you think people would just not GVG until you just swap servers again? I am under the impression that maybe people would start GVGing again due
I
to
think
the
they
fact
start.
that they feel like they have to defend their guildies because
I
there's
will
no
That's
say-
other
all.
option.
That's the point. That's
I will say from my experience, when I run around on Arsha all the time and I try to fight people, these motherfuckers just swap or run away.
Bro.
I had a fucking Maywall haul fucking ass,
That's
and
what
then
I
when I
mean.
finally caught up, he was already
this
swapping.
is
servers.
not the
That's not the question.
hypothetical that he's
No,
trying to.
no,
Yeah, that's
entertain.
not the question.
What he's saying is that like if you get marked as like, oh, our guild is a PvP guild because we signed up to a war, therefore, no matter what, if you are in that guild, you can be decked and you can be fought. Would that
Oh.
incentivize PvP? Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
think
agree.
so.
I think that should exist.
Bro,
I mean, that's something
yeah.
that we've been talking about for years, and I think they even hinted at
Yes,
it.
just make PvP and PvE guilds, and if people don't want to opt into PvP, sure, bro.
Don't
you
queue up for
have
Node Wars.
PvP. But
don't
all
queue
the
for
Node
Wars.
Wars, all the Siege guilds, like, yes, bro, you guys should be at risk if you want to play the game
Yeah.
in PvP. And I don't think any of us would mind that
no,
either.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Once I was on the belief, bro. I thought one-sided decks was insane. Like I understand why maybe they had to take it out, but I like drama. Drama makes people watch.
Absolutely.
Watch
Makes
your
the game
game.
fucking sick.
It makes people outside people watch your game, brother. When I'm telling you,
Also, can we reduce money realms? Like usage?
Yeah.
Frankly,
I mean-
I think that shit should just be removed from the
Yeah,
game.
I-
I just don't think it should be a thing.
Money realm makes me not see a fucking soul. I know people are grinding in money realm all
Yeah.
over the map.
I
I'm not
understood
gonna
it
lie,
for a
I'd be starting
while.
drama. I'd be just shit talking everybody to try to
Oh,
hate them, make
bro,
them hate me. I'm not
Dalbit-
gonna lie.
I mean, Dalbit
At this
fucking
point, I can
spawned
feel
one
my
night.
ass.
Good
Was
shit,
it?
Charlie.
Is it
I've been trying
Dalbit?
to do that, bro.
Good shit,
I just-
bro.
the content is what we need. I need guilds to dislike me. I need guilds to dislike my guild for every reason.
Oh, bro,
Fuck
Dalbit
you.
hates me, bro.
Bro, I just
That's
be
what
shit,
Zach
bro.
did, bro. Zach was
I
prime content just by
Yeah.
fucking talking shit
Yeah,
to everybody, bro.
That's yeah.
Nothing. That's just personal, but I don't fuck with you. Like hypothetically, you know what I'm saying?
Hypothetically, you're dookie at this fucking game, bro. Let me show you why. Like,
You know how many times, bro? You know how many times I'd be like, especially in Node War, bro, I'd be seeing it. I'll be like, man, this guy's so shit. And then 3 days later, this guy would clip me, and like from my stream, him killing me. And I'm just like, dude, that's the shit I want, bro. I want you to
Yes,
feel like
bro.
killing me is like an
Absolutely,
achievement, bro.
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
want you to
exactly.
feel like that.
absolutely. And it's not fucking personal, bro, but like, it's competition. It's fun. Like, I don't know, bro.
No, yeah, I like
That's
drama.
that's a whole other topic.
We need drama. I think we need drama. It makes people look at our game and like, I want to be in that drama. I want to know what they're
Yeah,
talking
bro.
about. I want to
When
wonder why
the
he's so
entire
mad.
fucking orcs zone filled with just bodies, like
Yeah,
that's the good shit, bro.
Like, what did he
And
do
it's
to make them so
also-
mad? That's what I want people to think.
It's also a way to bring group shit back.
Yeah.
If one-sided decks went away and then nobody's grouped up anymore for PvP, it just doesn't exist. That
Well-
and karma being the way it is.
I mean, there's a problem with it. There's a problem with like PVE shit in general. To be honest, I think group spots should be at the highest tier, but then people will start to get pissed about that, and they want not group spots to be the highest because then it's harder to find a group or whatever the fuck.
Talk to people.
I'm low-key so tired of Zephyros. I'm not gonna lie. I hope that shit gets gutted, thrown in the trash, gone. Like, I'm so tired.
Get friends. Like,
of
talk
people
to
like
people.
Zephyros. Bro, like, respectfully, you go to Zephyros, motherfucker, you can even open Twitch, bro. Everybody's grinding Zephyros because it is so disgustingly good. It has everything you'd ever want. Group content should be king. I agree.
Yes.
I've always said that. I miss Abandoned Monastery. I wish they would rework that.
Yes.
I miss seeing the thing come up and I'd be like, damn, this piece of shit is coming to steal my Dawn. Why would he do that? You know, like, my bad for ever bitching about that PA. That's on me. I didn't even mean it. You know, at the time I just was.
You was there.
In the moment. I was upset in the moment. Like, but I low key miss it so much. You know what I also miss, bro? I miss DSR release and be like, God damn, can these fat asses get off this fucking grind spot?
Yeah.
Or like I swap server and be like, damn, this motherfucker's still going? Somebody get him out of here, bro. Like, what is he doing?
Bro, I used to do guy fit uppies and like I used to have to go on Arsha to get like, because you get like a more drop chance or more tongue rat stuff. People used to come in groups of 5v5s all the time. Oh my gosh, bro.
I just want him to change karma back.
I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead.
Being red on your entire account is wild.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I would low-key go red if I wasn't red on my entire account. But
Yes,
I have a red alt.
I'm like a big cope motherfucker. So I'm very hopeful for video. I know that because I already knew the expectations for this last ball. Like, I knew the content, even though I complained about it, I knew the content was gonna be pretty whatever because it's a quality of life type of vibe.
Yeah.
Obviously some of the updates they did were very sad and I wish they would change them. Like the RBF changes really need to be changed and I hope they adjust them before patch comes out and they just make them better because I mean making content like that viable should be the move. Also, I don't know if anybody from PA is hearing, but dude, this gate kept on sturdy forest treads has got to stop, bro. It has got to stop. No fucking shot do I have to sit at Voodoo Scrolls and make 50 sturdies at fucking 2 hours for no reason, and then you're giving me 9 a week at everything. I hate you so much, Vernon. You're such a piece of shit. You're such a piece of shit. Dude, I'm literally, dude, I literally use all my fucking, energy at this dog shit. And I'm already out of will tendons. I'm already out. It's actually fried. It's actually fried.
Dude, am I the only one who hates like whale tendons as a concept? I think they're terrible.
I do. No, I think they're pretty shit too. But I mean, I have to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to use them because if I don't, I'm fucking trolling.
Why do I have to kill someone 3 times essentially? Like it's already hard enough to kill them once. Like I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that's
well. I mean, isn't it a crazy concept? We see motherfuckers using giant droughts and we think they're trolling.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. That's a crazy concept. I'm like, this motherfucker's got to be trolling. Bro, that's what's so crazy, bro. We used to run giant droughts perfume and do so much damage. Now, motherfucker, I got harmony, I got deep sea deep, I got church buff, house buff, range AP enhancers. I got my add-ons on. I got amplified light stones. I got full crystals, reforged stones, and I still don't do enough damage. What a terrible concept of a game, respectfully. It's so crazy. And then before, motherfucker, you run giant trout, no church buff. That shit's expired. You're not even gonna go back to you're not even gonna go back to hideout because you don't even want to refill on them, and you're still doing damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, they would literally, dude. You'd be like, no way, this guy's running a full elixir rotation on me. What a loser.
Yeah.
Wait, this guy's running a deep sea. It's such a crazy time to be alive, man. Such a crazy time to be alive.
You see a beast drop and you're like, oh, what?
No, motherfuckers running beast drops and you knew they were demons.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
We are really missing the rock paper scissors of the game that we used to have. If you put in AC, you kill AC. You put in AP, you kill DR. That's how it should always be.
Yeah. Yes,
it shouldn't be like, oh, I just don't have enough AP to kill this DR target that also has evasion because his armors are too high while having bitterness crystals at the same time. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, everything's still
becoming.
Yeah,
Adania becoming DR and evasion was.
It was terrible. I mean, even if it was one, it's still not going to fix the problem. There's just not enough AP in the game to kill these guys. We got motherfuckers sitting at 1100 and it's literally not enough.
But you shouldn't be able to scale DR and evasion at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so, like, I mean, we got Hydro Ball coming. Like, is there anything, like, anybody, like, looking forward to, like, thinking, like, okay, maybe they try this?
More AP.
One-sided decks coming back.
More AP.
Just want them to balance the classes so badly. I'm so tired. I mean, I don't even care. I don't even care if the game's balanced. Just make Awakening Ninja and Kuno and Lon and Sage and all these classes that have been broken for the last 2 years. Can we please just make somebody else strong? I'm begging. That's all I care about. That's really all I care about.
I mean, just
I know
shake
that
it
like
up,
large
right?
scale
Like,
meta and so on and so forth is different, but like in small scale, bro, like it is just
Yeah, Echo.
no
Yes,
counterplay
Echo.
versus these Z tier
Yes,
classes.
It's talking about
Echo.
Awakening Lawn, bro, because that shit is like S tier broken and it just is disgusting. Like
That is
anybody
so
with
disgusting.
like any like actual competent player can like
Yes.
actually make that shit work.
Yep. Yeah, Echo. Notice he didn't say Maywa when he said that shit. So that all that shit you were talking
This man
before.
was trash.
All right, bro, chill.
bro, just nerf Maywa. It's
Leave me
too
alone,
strong.
bro. Leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone. Let me sit on my pile of shit. Press E.
I mean,
What do
don't
you?
get me started with G League, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate G League with a burning passion.
I couldn't get my
I
guild
hate
to
that
do it.
shit. But I just don't like. I don't like the meta. I think the meta is boring in G League. I think the meta is very stale, and I think the way people build. I do hate Skittles. I'm not gonna lie. I really think peak G League was when people could die no matter what they were running. And obviously you'd have those DP memes, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we even had DP memes back then, and they were actually still tanky. They were actually still tanky. It's insane how much the game has devolved into what we have right now. That you have people running DP memes, and yeah, they were literally still doing their job, but then the motherfuckers that were running AP and a little bit of DR is like they're still dying. They did, yeah. DP memes did no damage. They were not viable. I mean, I always be under the same light where like I should never have to deal with like some motherfucker that has. I mean, it's a gear thing for sure that I'm about to say, and all you want to do is gear check motherfuckers. No, the difference is I don't want somebody that's sitting at like 780 gear score be like, oh, I don't have enough gear score. Let me go spend 6 bill in the central market and get 6 DR crystals, and I'm viable now. That should never be like that. Because then I also feel like that incentivizes people to not want to grind, and then it's just like, well, what should they really grind for? You know what I'm saying? Because they can just slot in DR and be semi-viable, which is it's such a crazy.
Yeah, it's
concept in the
crazy.
game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
If you said, what'd you say? One-sided decks to come back?
I think one-sided
Wars,
decks
yeah.
should come back if you're in war.
War. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because if they do it like a universal thing, we're gonna end up becoming in the same loop that we were before. Even
Yeah.
though I don't even think the loop before was even that bad. Yes, motherfuckers get griefed. I mean, I got griefed when I first came to this game. You know what I did? Called my fucking homies up, and then they GVG'd for fucking 5 hours at Stars End. And respectfully, did I try to dodge the PvP to grind? Of course, because I knew that I couldn't drive in there. Right? I knew I couldn't like be vibe on there, so I would like swap the server, grind, and then they'd swap over, and then guess what? My homies would swap and fight them again, and it'd be like an endless thing.
Hell yeah.
It'd be an endless thing, and that's how it was until I got gear.
yeah.
So I
Like,
don't
I don't
know.
want completely universal one-sided decks, but I want something.
No, I think
the
Charlie's
way it is
solution was
right
like
now,
very,
yeah.
very solid.
I
Yeah,
think it's a good
I
solution.
think so too.
Yeah.
Going to war
It's like-
flags you as a PvP guild and for like X amount of time, and
You can be
just
decked one-sided
be
for that
decked.
X amount of time, and one-sided decks you can't drop them, you know. So I mean, it'll make people want to PvP more. It just incentivizes. The thing
Absolutely.
is, it'll incentivize more people because I also feel like nowadays, sure, the problem that Yeti was talking about, where people like go play different games and stuff like that, I feel like it's more prevalent nowadays because there's just less access for people that play Node Wars and stuff like that to do, which is what you were saying earlier, Yisunii. Because before you would just be on the game sometimes, chilling with your homies, waiting for something to happen.
exactly,
Like,
yeah,
you would just be
you would
waiting.
literally just hover around Archa and just run around spots, see some guy that you didn't like, and be like, "Fuck you," and then just grief him, and then spawn 40 of his guildmates.
And then try to fight, yeah. Nowadays, motherfucker, you kill somebody, they be like, stop, I'm PvP. I'm PvE, I'm trying to get on my
PvE,
hour.
bro. I'm not trying to PvE or PvP right now, bro. Can you go do something else, bro?
That's
Yeah,
how it
but-
always sits.
Bro,
Even if somebody's like, I don't want to
Stop.
PvP right now.
Stop it, leave me alone.
There's a Marnie zone everywhere now, and they're all. You can just go in whenever. So
bro, I
if
can't
they
be, I
really
can't be
don't want
bothered
to
to click the button
PvP.
though.
God forbid
that
a guild that
sucks
does
for you.
1t1 and gets swarmed by Digi, whatever the fuck. The thing is, bro, if we're being so serious, Digi is not decking your dumb ass, bro. Unless you are in there shit talking, what are they decking you for, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out your
if
feelings,
you're-
I think,
don't
I
talk
think
to them.
regardless, though, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
PvP or don't.
Yeah,
Black
get
and
out,
white, man.
bro.
That's it.
I mean, they're not decking you, bro. They're not decking some
thing is-
baby T1 guild. No, they're not gonna deck you for PvP, motherfucker. They gonna deck the higher end guild and hope they get fights. You're trolling. You're trolling if you think
I don't think they. I don't even think
Unless
they would
Even
do
if they
it like
do,
a
who
deck win.
cares, bro? Like, I'm sorry,
Like,
man. Like, if
don't
you get
be
griefed
labeled as
by
PP.
digits, you do T1s,
Like knowing,
so
knowing
be
how
it.
PA is, they're not gonna make it like on a deck system. They're just gonna make it to where it's like if you signed up for Node War, you're gonna get a debuff or whatever, and anyone that went to that war is flagged for PvP. That's just how it's gonna be.
I just
still
want
think it's
some
better.
things.
Oh no,
I
it's
just want
not
something
like
so
that.
there's a sense of community. Because there's none right now.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. There should just be a sense of community in general.
Like it used to be, you get
I
decked,
was G
and
League.
your entire guild's going.
I wish G League was. I wish there was a capped G League. There'd be so many little
Yeah.
baby guilds that would just go fight with.
But okay, you keep saying this cap shit, bro. But then you be talking about how there's no like thing to like want to make you push for uncapped. But then you're pushing to be in this little
You gotta have
sandbox
both.
that you talked about. No, but
gotta have
no,
both.
you can't though. You can't, man. You can't have
I think
both.
I do think he's correct.
Okay, in a game
that
where
is
we have
correct.
capped content and uncapped content, you're telling me that the game modes that we have and the reason why they're quote unquote dead is because they're exclusively uncapped. Why? you're
No,
telling me
that's
that
not why they're dead. They're dead. They're dead because of the way uncapped is. They're not dead because it's uncapped.
So you're telling me that if they release capped G League,
Do you know
these small little baby guilds or people that
Do
just
you-
have a group of their homies?
Do
and
you
a-
know
and a-
the
and a guild
average
wouldn't go
gear
sign up?
score of Node War guilds? Like, be serious. Do you know the average gear score? It's probably close to 800
Yeah, it's around,
Average.
it's around 800, I think.
of Node War guilds.
Yep.
100% is probably 800. If you were to like get everybody, maybe middleman, it maybe like 780, 790. The average is 100% like that high. So
Mm-hmm.
the gear is not the problem. It's the way builds are.
Yeah.
It's the way builds are.
Yeah, if
You're
they,
so
if they
telling me-
made
you're-
it like
you're
what
telling
I
me
was
a
talking about
cap-
earlier, where you could be down 50 gear score and still 1v5 players, then who would care if it's uncapped? Like, I would
Yeah.
go into uncapped shit massively under geared if I could just outplay people, but I can't right now. I literally cannot. It's just, I don't
I
have
just
the
know if
damn.
they added capped G League, and if they had a button to click for capped and a button to click for uncapped when G League windows opened, I guarantee you there would be a large population of guilds
Of
that are
course
like
there would. Of
small
course
little
there would.
guilds
But
of
that's not
homies.
the point that Charlie's making. The point that he's making is that like if uncapped gear was less cancer, then it would be much more like incentivized. Players would be much more incentivized to interact with things with their gear, and he wants that. And I clearly you guys take two different stances on this, but I do think that like it is a good middle ground for gear to matter, but like not matter too much.
Yeah,
like,
not too
and I
much,
think that's
yeah.
just like all that matters. Like
Yeah,
as
like-
long as like,
like, I
people down a lot of
agree.
gear can still have a chance. They definitely should be at a disadvantage because like that other guy worked hard or swiped a lot of money for his gear, but like they should be at a disadvantage. But it shouldn't be a disadvantage that just like is unsurmountable. Like you definitely should be at a fighting chance.
All right, Jeremy, I'm an AOS rat because my fucking class is only good in AOS, okay? Leave me alone.
Mhm.
Don't call me
Maywa's
out.
good in PvP. No, Maywa can work in large scale.
I mean, I
He
just...
can. Sean?
it
Where's
feels
Sean
so...
at?
Yeah, but it feels like... I mean, I guess like the answer's always like, damn, bro, but like... When you just play something else?
That will always be the case no matter what
That-
type of vibe we're in there.
That goes back to the whole entire efficiency thing, though, right? It's like just play what you like instead of trying to.
I literally see...
Node War.
Yeah, I mean, I literally see awake Maywas right now. Like, people are literally playing awake Maywas in large scale. Feeds.
Oh, no.
Everybody's probably seen Feeds. That guy's literally playing awake Maywa right
No,
now.
no, no. Yeah,
And
no.
he does kill me, I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie,
no.
he kills me.
I'm talking about suck. I'm talking about suck.
Well, awake, I'm talking about... Well, Suck is better than awake.
In large scale, I thought Awake was better. Cause
What? No,
frontals-
it's not even close.
Luck is
It's not even
better
close.
than
okay.
Awake in every single piece of
It's not even
content in the
close.
entire game.
Sean Veve literally plays Suck, and so does Pinks, and they do pretty good. There's also Suck Maywa and E that does really good too. The class is good. The thing is the group of people that play a class is so low, like the small. It's the same thing as Awake Zerk, right? Like everybody thinks Awake Zerk is whatever, but the thing is, everybody that plays Awake Zerk makes it look good because nobody that's bad is playing it because it's not a fodder class. That's how it always will be.
I see.
That's how
Sure,
it
if
always will
I
be.
agree with that take, but
You
I
should see
understand
Awake
the
Zerks and large
concept
scales are
that you're
crazy.
saying makes sense, and I do agree with like the concept that you're pushing towards, which is true. Like, yeah, some classes that are unpopular are only played by players who actually know how to play the game, and
So they look
that's
better.
why they look better than they are because it's only people who are like smart and skilled playing it. That's it.
Well, no, that's
Slimes.
that's
I mean, we
how
have,
I feel about
6
Maywa
or
though.
7.
I feel like if those people played anything other than that class, though, they would just do better. Because it's
Why
like
would they
better.
do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's what
They
I'm
would,
saying, right?
'cause there's a lot better classes in that role that Maywa fulfills.
But I mean, who
Which
knows?
is,
They
like,
might
mighty
not
depth dropper.
because they're good at that class.
Something might be better.
He's saying
but...
like if they got to the same skill level. Obviously, if they just
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's what I was saying before, right? Why would you do that? If you enjoy Maywa, but insert flavor of the month class here does better, but you hate that class, why are you going to play that class? Just
Yeah,
play
bro,
You're
Maywa.
gonna
like,
subject yourself to bullshit for nothing.
That's why I feel like.
Yeah, you.
That's what I'm saying. That's
you
what
might
I'm
not do as
saying.
well. Yeah.
No, but
Type shit.
that's what I'm saying. Though, like I'm subjecting
Type
myself to get like my ass handed to me. Because like obviously like if you like I say if you're that good of a player, you could play another class like way better. Like I guess in roundabout way I'm like I wish they just buffed my fucking class is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's not about
I think if they
nerds.
made the game, I'm telling you, bro, it is this simple to make PvP better. You make the gear curve less steep, so people with like 50 below gear score can still compete. They'll be at a disadvantage, but it's not a large one. You make it so you're shaking up the snow globe often. It doesn't need to be perfectly balanced. That shit's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Okay, just shake up the snow globe so different players get to have their time in the spotlight for like a couple months, like 2-3 months, and then shake it up again. And then make it so capped is the same on all caps, and then uncapped is like, it's just two different things. That's it. That's all you need to do. And
Even if they didn't want to do that cap thing, you know what they could do for capped? Remove 100 EVA or add 100 accuracy and it's fixed. It's kind of crazy. It's a crazy concept that they could just do that and that would fix probably cap a little bit. Well, the stats thing, they made accuracy EVA 1-to-1 quote unquote, and then they added extra plus 100 EVA, and now it's a 100 gap. So that's why cap feels like so shit, because you're missing half your combo.
Yeah.
And there's no way for you to fix it. I remember one of the most peak times I ever had in BDO. I always talk about this, bro. Is when it wasn't even like Ghost era. It was just like when I stripped the vertex structures. I don't know how many people really remember this, but it was when I stripped the vertex structures, and I remember the Garmoth coming up from that week. There was like decks on everybody. We all went to Garmoth, and because me and Vertex like decided, hey, let's go GVG, whatever the fuck, right? It's at Garmoth. Like I'm gonna come fuck you up. And I remember Cho showed up and decked us. Corrupt showed up, decked us. Enemy showed up, decked us. Every guild that, like, even Ghosty, I think even came. I think they were business at the time, but like that was from the PMA montage with Kinsworn. I don't know if anybody remembers that RuneScape, the thing from who was it? Was it Sice? I don't remember who it was. But anyways, it was the Megi on like the RuneScape thing. That clip is from that GVG, because that GVG lasted like 4 hours, and it was just guilds just fighting guilds. It was like a separation of like the game. Like the game was on certain X team, the other side of the game was on this guy's team, just because they were friends and they were fighting everybody for like hours. Like I miss shit like that.
Yeah.
I wish that shit could come back to where people felt like they should just get. It felt like motherfuckers. If you were GVGing with that guild, you felt like you were missing out on content. Nowadays, it's just like, motherfucker, I'm not GVGing. I'm just not gonna GVG. I'm gonna go play League of Legends or something. Yeah. Like it's just a crazy, like, I don't know.
Yeah, the last big one I think I was in, I think was Zeroed In and Ray were freaking practicing PvP, and then like I came to watch, and another person came to watch, and out of nowhere, people just started fighting, and I'm just like, yes, this is what I came for. So, and then the vessel started coming, and Dawn started coming, and a whole bunch of other people started coming, and then I think that was the most fun I've ever had PvPing, where it's just random 30-40 people just fighting each other.
Yeah.
You know, there's another thing that they could fix with G League that's like a perfect thing that would incentivize more people to queue no matter what. You know, hypothetically, like if you were to queue right now, and let's say there's like 5 guilds in queue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 4 of those guilds are going to fight, because you can only fight like that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you only fight 1-1-1-1. That 5th guild should get it back for waiting 30 minutes. Every time. They should get as if they shouldn't get a war or a win on their record, but they should get a win as if they won, like a bag or something, you know, for you wasting 30 minutes.
I mean,
like that is such like a little thing that they should be adding, because
it would be
it might be like,
courtesy
why,
for their players.
yeah, it should be like, why would you do that? Why would you queue up for 30 minutes, not get a queue, and then you're sitting there for another 30 minutes waiting for the next queue, and you're not getting at least a bag for you sitting there for 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
Because nobody else is in queue. That's like such a little thing. And it's not even something that could be like omega abused, because then that would incentivize more people to queue all the time,
And then you get into
on the off
matches
chance
more.
that they. to get a bag. And then there's like, you know, I don't know.
It's small shit, yeah. It is, sometimes it really is just small shit.
You're just
It's not even
spitballing ideas that just make the game better, that they won't sit down for fucking 1 hour and think about this shit, bro. Like,
I mean,
the G League thing,
I don't know, bro.
I think it always just like comes to like, I think it always just comes down to like, they're just so afraid of people like abusing metrics or abusing shit like this to make money. But the thing is, realistically, how much money do you even make from G League? A bill,
I was
if
gonna
that.
say,
It's
how
like
much do you
not
get for
like it's
winning
not even
the
that
G
many.
League?
It's not even that many. I think it's literally a bill. Plus you get like
So even-
potions and shit.
even if you waited in a 30-minute queue and got the win, you're still making less than half the money you would just make grinding Zephyros.
Way more than less than half. We're making 1/5 because Zephyrs is 5 bill.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
While
assuming
you're
2 an
down,
hour.
while you're down 100 AP, and you're not even prior optimizing your fucking rotation, and you're on like some broken class at the same time or some shit. It's just stupid.
Yeah, but again, guys, thanks for watching. It was freaking amazing. That was a very, very long conversation. That's going to be a very, very fucking long video. We're going to cut that up into 2, but as always, guys, thank you for watching. Please go follow Czanee, go follow Yeti, go follow Yisunii. Please go follow them. I'll put their Twitches in the description box below. Again, I love you very, very much, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye, friends. Bye-bye.